Have you ever wondered why some people can walk into a room, say just a few words, and instantly command attention, while others talk endlessly, and nobody really listens? You speak more, yet somehow they're heard more. You try harder, but their words linger long after the moment ends. Why? It's not about being louder, or smarter, or more entertaining. It's about presence, the kind of presence that makes silence more powerful than noise. And once you understand that, your entire way of communicating changes. This is Mind Hack Stoic, and today we're going to unlock the secret of speaking less, meaning more, and carrying real weight every time you open your mouth. You see, most people believe attraction comes from addition. Add more humor, add more charm, add more confidence. But the Stoics knew the opposite. True power is in subtraction. Remove what's unnecessary. Stop performing. Stop trying to impress. Stop fearing silence. The moment you stop chasing attention is the moment you start commanding it. This isn't manipulation. These aren't tricks to make people like you. This is about becoming someone whose calm, authentic presence naturally draws others in. Marcus Aurelius once said, "Waste no more time arguing what a good man should be. Be one." The same applies to communication. Don't perform confidence. Be confident. Let us start with the first simple phrase that changes everything. Tell me more about that. It sounds small, almost too simple, but most people never use it, because most people aren't really listening. When someone tells you they've started something new, a hobby, a project, anything, most people immediately turn the focus back to themselves. "Oh, I've done that too. You should try this method." They hijack the moment. But when you say, "Tell me more about that," and then stop talking, something powerful happens. They feel seen. They feel interesting, because you've given them what almost no one gives: genuine curiosity. You're not pretending to listen. You're actually listening. You're not waiting for your turn to speak. You're waiting to understand. That's why people open up around you. They start to feel safe. They reveal more, and they leave thinking, "Wow, that person was so interesting." But what they really mean is, "I felt interesting when I was with them." That's the difference. People don't remember what you said. They remember how you made them feel. And in a world where everyone's performing, being genuinely curious is magnetic. Epictetus once taught, "We have 2 ears and 1 mouth, so that we can listen twice as much as we speak." Listening isn't passive. It's active attention, and attention is power. The second phrase is even harder for most people to say, "I don't know." 3 words that terrify the ego. When someone asks for your opinion and you're not sure, your instinct is to fake it, to fill the silence with something that sounds smart. But fake knowledge never builds trust. It destroys it. You can feel when someone's pretending. The words sound right, but they ring hollow. And when someone performs certainty, you begin to wonder, if they fake this, what else do they fake? Now watch what happens when someone confident simply says, "I don't know." Calmly. No apology. No deflection. Just honesty. Immediately, you trust them more. Because if they're honest about what they don't know, their confidence when they do speak suddenly carries weight. Socrates said, "I know that I know nothing." That's not weakness. That's wisdom. When you can admit the limits of your knowledge, your words gain credibility. You stop performing and start connecting. And the people around you, they relax. They no longer feel the need to compete or prove themselves. You've created a space of honesty. Next time you're tempted to fake confidence, try it. "I don't know." Or even better, "I don't know. Want to figure it out together?" It shows humility and curiosity. That combination makes people trust you deeply. The third phrase, "That sounds difficult." Someone shares something heavy: stress, heartbreak, exhaustion. What do most people do? They jump straight to advice. "Have you tried this? Maybe you should just..." But advice is not what they need. They don't want a quick fix. They want to feel understood. When you respond with, "That sounds difficult," you're not fixing. You're validating. You're saying, "I hear you. I get that this is hard." That acknowledgement is rare. People spend their lives trying to be heard, not fixed. You don't need to solve everything. You just need to hold space. Marcus Aurelius said, "Be tolerant with others and strict with yourself." When you let someone feel seen instead of corrected, you give them something sacred, the freedom to feel without judgment. Now comes the hardest discipline of all: silence. Most people fear it. When conversation slows, they panic. They start filling space with words that mean nothing, stories that go nowhere, jokes that fall flat. But silence is not emptiness. Silence is presence. When used right, it gives your words gravity. Think about someone you respect. When they speak, they pause. They don't rush. They let the silence breathe. That pause draws people in. It makes every word matter. When you're comfortable with silence, people sense it, and they lean closer, because silence reveals strength. Seneca wrote, "Silence is a lesson learned from the many sufferings of life." People who have faced themselves, who've sat with pain instead of running from it, radiate calm. They don't fill silence. They live inside it. Then the fifth phrase, one that almost nobody uses properly: "I appreciate you." Not "thank you." Not "I appreciate what you did." Those are transactional. "I appreciate you" is personal. It says, "I see who you are, not just what you do." When someone shows loyalty, kindness, or consistency, tell them. Not for their actions, for their character. Most people go through life being valued only for what they produce or provide. You become unforgettable when you make someone feel valued for who they are. That recognition builds bonds that last far longer than gratitude for a single favor. And finally, the word that defines all Stoic strength: no. It's small, but it's everything. Every time you say yes when you want to say no, you trade your peace for approval. You dilute your value. Your time becomes cheap, your presence predictable. When you say no, calmly, clearly, without guilt, you teach the world your boundaries. You teach them your time has meaning. Your yes gains power because it's no longer automatic. Epictetus wrote, "First learn the meaning of what you say, and then speak." Saying yes to something meaningless is saying no to yourself. Every real Stoic knows a peaceful life is built on honest boundaries. People might resist your no at first, but over time they'll respect it, because clarity is rare, and rare is valuable. These 6 phrases, tell me more about that. I don't know. That sounds difficult. Silence. I appreciate you. No. They aren't tricks. They're reflections of character, curiosity, honesty, empathy, composure, recognition, and boundaries. Together, they form the foundation of true charisma. Not the loud, fake kind that fades in crowds, but the quiet gravity that makes people feel safe, heard, and drawn to your presence. The Stoics knew attraction isn't addition, it's subtraction. You don't become magnetic by talking more, trying harder, or showing off. You become magnetic by being real, by speaking with meaning, by standing calm in a noisy world. So the next time you feel the urge to fill a silence, to explain, to impress, stop. Breathe. Remember this: the most powerful thing you can bring into any room is peace. If this message resonates with you, share it. Let it reach someone who talks more than they listen. And if you're walking the Stoic path of calm, strength, and self-mastery, subscribe to Mind Hack Stoic, where we build calm minds and unshakable spirits. Because the most attractive thing you can do is stop trying to be attractive. Just be present. Everything else follows.